Hello, it's Cameron with an overdue vlog from Group Master Academy. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be here. I think I'm getting it. I'm being better at talking to the camera. So today we have a little, things are different. We are in one of the smaller rooms at the lovely Lawrence facility. And when I say Lawrence, I mean Lawrence, Kansas. Kansas. How did I end up here? Alright, I don't mean to babble. So, we're going to try and make a video in order to generate some content more quickly and effectively than animating it. We're going to do a whiteboard thing. And I've had ChatGPT help me with getting a logical script that seems timed out and organized fairly well. And so that'll be more talking to the camera. I always try to have something to say mental health wise, and I know it's always rich coming from me, but one of the reasons I'm doing this is because it makes me think about it, and trying to have something meaningful to say to others, probably helps me more than you. So anyway, also we have today brought, let's see, you can see ZenCat. Sorry, can you see ZenCat? So ZenCat helps me remember not to be a spaz. And this is Screaming Goat. Screaming Goat still work? Let's see. Oh no. I wonder if the battery in Screaming Goat is dead. Screaming Goat may be dead for now. Wow, bummer. Well, if you've never heard of Screaming Goat before, I guess you still haven't. We'll try to get back to that, but of course ZenCat is with us, and ZenCat would tell us that we just roll with whatever happens and be good with it. Okay. So speaking of that, so the mental health thing for the day is, sometimes if you think enough preparatory thoughts, I guess, sometimes you win and you do the right thing. And I don't, by no means, I want to be I'm trying to pat myself on the back here, which I know it's going to sound like, but it feels good to get something right once in a while. And, my lovely wife and I had a really bad misunderstanding. And it was it was a genuine misunderstanding. There was no malice or ill content on either side, but the misunderstanding came to me, especially as a surprise. And right at first, I didn't act very well. But I was able to back up the truck and, it takes two to tango, and own my part in the misunderstanding. And, it starts off with, instead of being angry, which I'm not proud, but can sometimes be my first response, instead of letting that anger take over, just you sit still and listen to the other person. Because, if they're your spouse or, with other, you have a lot of love feelings invested both ways, and you deserve it to at least listen to them and they to you. And like I said, it takes two to tango, but it's not always easy to admit your part. So if you can, it's good to try and do that. Okay, am I in the frame? Why am I upside down? Do I have the screen turned upside down? Let's see. So here's the camera. This is a pretty nice camera, and John lent us a pretty nice tripod, because the tripod we've been using goes back to the days of the motorcycle and in and out of the motorcycle trunk all that time. Okay, let's see, am I still upside down? Okay, the board's not upside down. So am I? No, you just can't see me. So, do I need to tilt the camera up more, or back up? Okay, so we're making sure that the wireless is and my teaching guitar getting charged up. It's just plugged in, but the lights aren't on. I wonder if that means they're charged up. Are they turned on? I guess the light, does it mean they're all charged up? That should be. Yeah, they should be getting juice. I wonder if they have a battery circuit that turns things off that needs to be reset. And so this was Greg's idea, having a mixer going into one amp. So when you have multiple students in here, the teacher can sit over here and control the individual volumes. The problem with that is, I'm not sure, and you guys can correct me if I don't have the technical thing right. I think it's because there's an impedance mismatch between like the line level output with the mixer going into the instrument level on the amp. Right? And so I've scored multiple amps for in here, and so each student can have their own amp, hopefully, usually. And when you're teaching electric guitar, teaching people how to use their amps is important too, because I remember back in the day, we didn't know anything from anything. Even when we started getting some gear, so we'd go watch guys play that. Can you turn the camera around while you're talking? So like I was saying, whenever we could, we'd watch guys playing that were older, had been doing it longer. And, what's that, go Canva. Yeah, and we'd copy the settings on their amp and stuff. You know, I remember the first time I had a full graphic EQ on my 100-watt guitar amp pad, and I really didn't know how to set it. You know, I didn't understand at all the frequency ranges of the guitar, or you know, which ones to boost and which ones to cut to get a different sound, the sound noise after. So a lot of it was learned by doing, but you know, I started getting some really good sounds when I started going and seeing people who were better at it, who were more OG than me, and you know, hopefully if they, you know, graphic EQs on amps were all the rage those days, so you know, hopefully being able to go see some other guys play and you know, if they had a sound you like, then you know, copy the EQ settings on their amp, or at least understand, you know, try out the amp settings and see what they do for you. Okay, so that was kind of all over the place, but yeah, the moral of the story is, if you can, possibly, you know, if you have people who are dear to you, you know, don't turn on each other. Peace, love, joy, okay? So you're all valuable. Be good to each other. Protect the weak. Alright, this is Cameron out. Hopefully you'll see me in a more formal setting in a bit. Thanks.